Thank you for joining me on this episode of Highway Spec. My name is Trent. We're going to jump in and spec out the brand new Nissan Frontier. So the Nissan Frontier comes at an interesting time. The new Tacoma has been teased endlessly, and as of recording this, we still don't have all the details. That said, we can't give it a fair shake against that yet. Also, the new Canyon and Colorado twins have recently come out. So, although this was the newest in the segment just a year ago, that is now no longer the case. The Frontier is not going to be one of the newest. It's left to compete more against the Gladiator or the Ford Ranger. And the Ford Ranger is going to be updated soon. So the Frontier kind of is in an awkward place, but it does have a 3.8 liter V6 naturally aspirated, makes 310 horsepower, 281 pound-feet of torque. This debuted in the last generation model for 1 year and then was brought to this new Frontier. One thing I will give credit to the Frontier for is I do think it is actually a pretty attractive looking truck. So first thing we have to do is figure out which configuration we want to go with. You've got the S, the SV, and then you get into the off-road focused ones like the Pro 4X. And frankly, because it is the best looking of them all, I would personally pick the Frontier Pro X. The biggest downside is you do not have the long bed option on there, so the bed is rather tiny.
Well, how small is it?
Roughly about 5 feet long. So you're not going to fit a whole lot of cargo in there, but that's what you get for choosing the Pro 4X. Now, we don't know pricing yet on the new Tacoma, but having spec'd out some Tacomas before, I gotta say the starting price at $40,235 really makes me a little bit nervous because you can get a very nice brand new Tacoma for that price. Let's see where we end up with this one. All right, first thing we need to do is pick a color, and there are some great options. I do really like this Boulder Gray, so this deep blue pearl looks really nice. One thing that Nissan I don't think gets enough credit for is they are really good at coming out with colors in a timely manner. It takes sometimes manufacturers years once a vehicle color is popular to then come out with it. Nissan has this tactical green metallic as well as Baja Storm metallic, which are both incredibly popular colors to wrap vehicles in right now for some reason. Personally, I don't like either of them.
It's ugly.
But they're incredibly popular right now, and Nissan is on top of it.
Credit where credit is due.
Going back to that Boulder Gray Pearl, if it was me buying this truck today, this is the color that I would choose. Now for $1,000, we can add beadlock style aluminum wheels. They do look very nice, but they are beadlock style rather than actual functionality, even though right there it says function and form.
Isn't that misleading?
So personally, I will just save the money and put that towards an aftermarket set of wheels that I actually really do like. And this is another one that Nissan is at the forefront of. They've actually had these sport bars available on the Titan for a while now. They've got it on the Frontier. This is something that other manufacturers are finally catching up to, but it's been an option on Nissan for a while. So again, credit to Nissan for having something like this. Again, I don't get it. I don't like the look. I don't want to go back to the 80s.
This has been going on since the 80s?
We're just going to leave this one off the options. All right, so far I am not seeing a lot of options that I would actually pick on this truck. It's a smaller truck, so I don't think I need the bed assist grip. One thing that I thought I would use all the time in my truck, I've never used it once. All right, getting to the interior, we have this charcoal cloth with the lava red stitching, which I think is really attractive. Looks like we do have an option for a leather interior here, but it's going to make us choose a bunch of different options. I'm going to hold off on that for now and see what some of those packages are. All right, finally, we're getting some things that I'm willing to select here. We have the remote engine start from the actual key fob for $375. That adds the technology package. We'll have to get to that in a minute. And then also the virtual key. This is something that I use all the time on my current vehicle, and I really like having that capability. And more manufacturers are offering this. I really like the built-in functionality of the camera coming from the factory rather than having something tacked onto the windshield that looks a little bit unsightly. All right, I am adding the auto-dimming mirror because you're going to have some taller trucks come up behind you and blind you through the window. So the auto-dimming mirror is a must.
I have to have it.
All right, we are going to add the factory tow package. This allows you up to 6,690 pounds, so not as much as some of the competition. I am going to add it on there. It will tow some of my smaller trailers. All right, so it made us select the technology package, which gives us the adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, blind spot warning, rear cross traffic alert, rear parking sensors, and the automatic high beams. So that I think is reasonable to add for $990, so we'll keep that on there. Now the next package is the Pro 4X convenience package. That gives you the factory bed liner, which is great, the Utilitrack system, the bed mounted AC outlet, and in the rear center console, heated mirrors, heated steering wheel, heated seats. Let's go ahead and add that one. All right, so if we go with the Pro Premium package, we get the premium audio system by Fender. It gives you those beadlock style aluminum wheels, leather seats, that auto dimming mirror, and the power moonroof. Now I like the moonroof idea, and I've already selected several of those options, so you think this would be a slam dunk, but personally, I don't want the leather seats. I actually like the cloth that is offered on this, so I'm not going to go with the premium package. That said, I am going to add the $750 Fender audio package because it's a reasonably priced audio upgrade. So that takes us to the end of our build, $45,190. I'll be honest with you, that's a little bit more than I was hoping for. Granted, we don't know how much the new Tacoma is going to end up costing, and it could very easily surpass $50,000, and the TRD Pro model already does. But for something that is a more direct competitor, the TRD Off-Road package, you can get a really nice Tacoma for $45,000. Whereas this has pretty much all the bells and whistles, and it's at $45,190. Time will tell what the new Tacoma ends up being like. But what do you think of the new Frontier? Do you like the build that I have come up with? How would you change it? And if you like videos like this, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.